What is going on, you guys? Bashtian here, and today I'm coming at you with that Dinomorphia deck profile. Now, this is again part of the string of videos we're doing, where we're doing each and every single deck that's getting either released or an update from the Dimension 4 set. Which, if this releases on the day that I believe it will, the release date for Dimension 4 should have been yesterday, the 20th. So today should be the 21st. If everything goes as planned, but I digress. So anyway, we're going to be covering the Dinomorphia deck profile today, guys. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off with the monsters for Dinomorphia. Now, for Dinomorphia, let me get this before I guess I continue on with the monsters first. So I made a video on Dinomorphia a while back, a few months ago, and Frenzy and Rexsturm had not come out yet, but I already did more or less a review on what I thought of the deck as a whole. So if you want to go ahead and see my actual opinions of the deck, raw opinions, go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and leave either a card up here or in one of the upper hand corners, and also leave it down in the description if you guys want to go ahead and check that out as well, just to get more of my in-depth process of what I actually believe this deck can and can't do. But now that we have a few more cards released, we can have a little bit more of an idea of what's going to happen in this current, I guess, upcoming format with Therions coming out and all those type of things, really impacting the meta the way I believe that they will. This is what I believe is going to be the best deck for Dinomorphia moving forward. Dinomorphia itself will be still a rogue tier contender. I do not think it's going to be top tier stuff, but anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. So like I said, let's start off with the monsters, guys. We're going to start off with three Dinomorphia of Therizia. So Therizia is basically going to be your searcher for the deck. Whenever there's normal special summon, you get to set one Dinomorphia trap directly from to your spell and trap card zone directly from your deck. So you're pretty much going to be going straight into Dinomorphia Frenzy. No need for any other nonsense, because this card is just the nuts. So essentially, Dinomorphia Frenzy, again, I'll get to the traps in a second, but Dinomorphia Frenzy allows you to fusion summon one Dinomorphia monster using a material from your deck and another from your extra deck. So you go straight into Rexsturm right off the bat. You go into your boss monster. It's absolutely just insane. It also has a little bit of attack boost power, and you do get to special summon Dinomorphia monster from your graveyard when she's destroyed by battle card effect, but that doesn't really come up too often. Primarily after you're using both hers and the two Diplos, which I play two Diplos, search effect or send effect to the graveyard. They are pretty much useless on the field, and you want to go ahead and get rid of them as soon as possible. So you go ahead and you can use them as synchro materials or whatever you might think is best at that current time. So next I play 3 Lord of the Heavenly Prison. This card is absolutely just insane in this deck. So this deck is extreme. This is pretty much the definition of glass cannon, because not only are you relying exclusively on your trap cards in order to be able to fusion summon, which is already a slow mechanic, these trap cards are going to cost you at least half your life points for them to go off. So, or 2,000 life points to half your life points in order for them to resolve, which means they are extremely reliant on making sure these effects go through. What does that mean? Is that we need to make sure and guarantee ourselves, or increase our guaranteeing the opportunity for them to go through. So 3 Lord of the Heavenly Person, go ahead and give your spell traps a little bit more protection, turn you set them. We play, that's pretty much it for the monsters, and then we play a whole bunch of hand traps. Well, not a whole bunch, but we can give it to this current format, you know. So we played 3 Ash, 3 Ogre. 3 Ogre serves a dual purpose. Of course, is good against the Adventure Token package, but we do also play Emergency Teleport in deck to Synchro Summon, so that's going to be really useful as well. Double Ghost Belle, 1 Effect Veiler, and 1 Imperm, because we do, again, play the Crossout Designators. We're going on the monsters right now, but it is also extremely versatile. Ghost Belle is extremely powerful against, of course, the Branded Despia, Prank Kid, really good deck as well. So it pretty much hits all the top decks. Same thing with Ash, Ogre as well. Effect Veiler, Imperm, a little bit less, but still extremely powerful cards. And actually, they're more in there because they are going to be Crossout Designator targets. Because again, you need to make sure that your effects go through. And that's why, like, again, very glass cannon deck. As long as they go through, you should be in a very good position moving forward. But that's going to be it for the monsters, guys. Now let's go on to the spells. For the spells, guys, gonna start off real quick with 3 Pot of Prosperity. Again, you need consistency to be key in this deck. It being so glass cannon, you really need to make sure your turn 1 board is absolutely the most optimal it can be. So triple Pot of Prosperity, go ahead and search out your Therizia or your Frenzy. If you get to one of them, you're good to go. And then 3 Crossouts with 1 Called by the Grave. Again, you need to make sure this go through. If you get Effect Baylor, Ashed, whatever it might be, is not gonna be good essentially. So definitely go ahead and max out on those. And then triple Emergency Teleport, just go ahead and go into your Halqifibrax and synchro plays down the line as well. Also fantastic turn 1 boards with being able to end on cards like F.A. Dawn Dragster, and another brand new card coming out of that mentioned force, which I'll go ahead and gloss over in just a little bit as well. That's going to be it for these spells. Now on to the traps. Onto the traps, guys. We got the 1 Imprint, which we already went over with. It's just going to be more or less a cross-out target, but if we draw, it's still extremely good card to have. 3 of your Dinomorphia Domain, still an extremely powerful card, still allows you to fusion summon in the event that Frenzy gets stuck for whatever the reason might be. Triple Frenzy, this card, I've already explained it, is absolutely nuts. Special summon using materials from your extra deck and your deck as well. Then you go ahead and summon out your Rexsturm, extremely easy, and overall just an insane blowout card, to be perfectly honest with you. 1 Brute and 1 Sonic for additional interruptions. Double Ferret Flames, I did not know this card existed until recently, and it is just absolutely wild. So basically this card reads, if you guys have that, I definitely hadn't read it until like a few days ago. If the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, which with this deck is extremely easy, make your opponent shuffle monsters they control into the deck, their choice, so that the combined attack of the remaining monsters they control becomes less than your equal life points. Now, whenever I playtest this deck, it is extremely easy to get into the hundreds of life points, if not maybe in the 50s, 30s, 20 life points, things like that. Some weird life point numbers you're going to be getting by constantly just dividing it in half and decreasing your life points, things like that. So Ferret Flames actually comes in super clutch. It is non-targeting removal. Your opponent has to go ahead and choose, but essentially as long as they got to get rid of monsters that have more than 20 or 30 or even 100 attack, they're pretty much getting rid of all their monsters essentially, unless they want to keep their Savant Kepler on board. Is the only 0 attack monster I knew off the top of my head. So that's extremely good card. It's not searchable, and I don't really feel like Trap Trick is really necessary in this type of build, just because it's a lot more, it's less trap oriented than my original build for Dinomorphia. Again, link in the description down below. And that's why I do not believe Trap Trick is really all that necessary, because essentially with Dinomorphia Therizia, it's enough to search your Frenzy. And once you have Frenzy, you're pretty much good to go from there, and the rest is pretty much just to support, keep you going essentially. And then to go ahead and wrap it up, we got the 3 Solemn Strikes. I decided to go ahead and main deck Solemn Strikes over Solemn Judgments only because Solemn Strike is a fantastic card, I should say, going first or second, whereas Solemn Judgment has a lot more power going first. So I think Solemn Judgment would be a fantastic side deck option for when you are going first. However, Solemn Strike, again, it has a little bit more versatility in the deck, but Solemn Judgment, you can use it more frequently because you're most likely going to be dealing with low life points anyway. So that's going to be it for the main deck, guys. It's a 41 card main deck. Let's go ahead and get right into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, guys, not going to get too crazy here, but we played 3 of the brand new boss monster Dinomorphia Rexsturm. Absolutely amazing card. Basically any card that has more attack power than your life points, its effect is negated. So pretty much negating all your opponent's effects is really good right off the bat. 3k beat stick, already almost impossible to go ahead and get rid of just by battle alone. Then you have your Dinomorphia Kentregina. So Kentregina, what she allows you to do is pay half your life points to go ahead and take the effect of another Dinomorphia card you have in your graveyard, banish it, and you can essentially use the effect to go ahead and either have more interruption or to provide a more of a fusion effect using your Kentregina as well. So really good, and a 4,000 attack base, stat base is already really good. Yes, she is going to be losing attack equal to your life points, but like I said, your life points with this deck very quickly get into like the hundreds and the teens essentially. So you're really not going to be losing out much as far as that goes. Well, extremely powerful monster. One Stealthbegia, you pretty much just need one just for the off chance that you do need to summon it, but primarily you are going to be sending this off of your Dinomorphia Frenzy to go ahead and fusion summon for your Rexsturm. Next, two synchro monsters. One is Psychic End Punisher, which is a phenomenal card. Just came out of Dimension Force as well. So while your life points are equal to or lower than your opponent's, this synchro card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. 3500 beater. 35 attack and defense is really good. Once per turn, you can pay 1000 life points and target one monster your opponent controls and one card your opponent controls. One monster you control and one card your opponent controls, and banish them. At the start of the battle phase, you can make this card gain attack equal to the difference between your life points and your opponent. So this card is absolutely just ridiculous. Already a big beater, making this up a little bit bigger, and it has its own protection because this deck you will almost always have less life points than your opponents until the very last turn as well. And then number one, FA Don Dragster, which is just phenomenal turn one play. Gives you an additional negate on board, pretty much free with with your emergency teleports and your Dinomorphia, whichever one you have on board. Easy access to the Don Dragster as well. For the XCs, one Laggia, one Dolkka, self-explanatory. You have two level 4 monsters, which is all you pretty much have as far as your summonable monsters goes, so you're good to go. And then for the links, we play one Halqifibrax, one Dharc, one Apollousa, and one Accesscode Talker, again for the finishing blow. So that is going to be it for the Dinomorphia deck profile, guys. Honestly, I guess final thoughts on this deck. It's not going to be tier 1. It's not going to be tier... well, you know what? It might be a tier 2 deck. I'm not going to put it past it because it does have some really cool interactions. Only issue I have with it is, like I said before, is a very glass cannon deck. So if you're willing to roll the dice and take the risk, this might be the deck for you. But overall, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe for more videos. And I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one.